Good evening and thank you for joining us on Thursday night's edition of Primetime News. I'm Shalva Wells, standing in for Salima Shemofeleni. In our lead story, President Dr. Hage Geingob has extended his condolences to the Tanzanian people for the passing on of their president John Magufuli. Magufuli, aged 61, died due to heart disease, Tanzania's Vice President Samia Hassan Suluhu announced on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Magufuli became Tanzania's president in 2015 and was re-elected in October 2020. He was a member of parliament since 1995 and held various cabinet portfolios, including livestock, fisheries and public works, where he earned the nickname Bulldozer. Magufuli was married with 5 children. He is Tanzania's first president to die while in office. President Dr. Hage Geingob launched the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2 at State House today.
As we enter the second year of the 4th decade of our independence, on 21st March 2021, which coincides with the implementation of the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2, it starts from 2021 to 2025. Today, we are launching the second Harambee Prosperity Plan. Under the current difficult conditions imposed by COVID-19, the launch is a clear demonstration of our resilience and faith in the continuity of the Namibian journey of peace, democracy, prosperity, and our intent to address the negative impacts of the virus. The plan retains the 5 core pillars of effective governance, economic advancement, social progression, infrastructure development, and international relations and cooperation. Based on lessons learned from the implementation of the first Harambee Prosperity Plan, we have identified throughout the pillars the need for improved focus and coordination, deeper collaboration and partnership, and a collective sense of urgency to deliver on our desired outcomes. The Harambee Prosperity Plan 2 will execute in the context of the global COVID-19 pandemic and in the resultant health, social, and economic crises. In light of COVID-19 and other socio-economic challenges, the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2 presents an opportunity to build on a legacy of the past 3 decades and guarantee a more secure future through resilient processes, systems, and institutions. Through the HPP2 roadmap, I am confident that Namibia will strengthen its effective governance architecture through responsive processes and systems and accountable institutions that deliver quality public service.
Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, government through the Education Ministry has constructed 121 new ablution units in schools across the country, renovated 97 ablution facilities, constructed 35 new hostel units, and renovated 36 hostels. This was announced by Minister of Finance Iphi Mbushimi in the National Assembly on Wednesday when he tabled the $67.9 billion Namibian national budget for the 2021-22 financial year. Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, Frans Kapofi, said Namibia's civil registration system cannot be labeled the best as its development predominantly focused on births and deaths, leaving out marriages. Kapofi was speaking during the launch of Vital Statistics and Cause of Death and Reports on Wednesday. He further stated that Namibia needs a well-established civil registration and vital statistics system to attain or contribute to the attainment of sustainable development goals. He also noted that despite steady increase in the birth and death registrations, timely birth registration is still consistently lagging behind compared to deaths. He said timely registration of births and death is 12 months from occurrence. We will be back shortly after the news roundup. Minister of Finance Ipumbu Shimi on Wednesday announced that the supply of sanitary pads will be zero value-added tax rated to enhance affordability. Shimi made the announcement in the National Assembly while tabling the 2021-22 National Budget themed Boosting Resilience and Recovery.
Following our extensive consultation with the civil society and thanks to the facilitation by the Institute of Public Policy Research, I wish to announce that the supply of sanitary pads will be VAT zero rated to enhance affordability at the Delta. I urge suppliers and retailers to pass on this relief to consumers once enacted. Honorable Theophilus, your motion was timely.
Keetmanshoop Mayor Marie Smith has urged residents of Keetmanshoop to pay their water bills as the Namibia Water Corporation NamWater has threatened to cut the water supply to the town. Speaking during a community meeting in Keetmanshoop on Wednesday, Smith said NamWater wrote a letter to the municipality 2 weeks ago over the 14 million Namibian dollars owed by the municipality. She said NamWater gave the municipality until Friday to pay at least 3.5 million Namibian dollars, otherwise the water supply will be cut off. Popular Democratic Movement PDM leader Mekendri Vanani said members of parliament should debate the just tabled 67.9 billion Namibian dollars budget with a view to take the country out of the doldrums. He said the budget for the 2021-22 financial year should be discussed in the spirit of finding Namibia's development trajectory on a new path.
So my first impression on the budget at this point in time is that the budget doesn't address strong job creation. It does not address agricultural modernization and improve productivity. Its focus on housing is very limited. Now, that can be influenced by a number of issues, which is fiscal space. So how do you grow? Because if there are other economies globally, the projection is 5.6% that the world economy could grow. Angola could grow by 3%. South Africa to 3%. Now, if we are in that trajectory of growth, we must engineer incentives in the economy that changes that trajectory so that we move into the growth trajectory. One of the things that we need to do and that we need to debate honestly as citizens, besides politics, is our tax regime. In some countries, when you lessen your tax rate, you'll be able to collect more. When you give more incentives to people that give jobs to people, they are going to be able to sustain more jobs. So there is a need for a much deeper technical analysis of where our country is, where we want to move, what we have not achieved, and for us to incentivize for job creation.
Kindly stand by for the economics roundup. Starting off with local sports news. Namibia's mountain bike champion Alex Miller says competing in Europe for his new team will help him prepare well for the upcoming Olympic Games. The young Namibian, who won the mountain bike event for 2 years in a row earlier this year, signed a contract with German team Trek Vode, where he will be based until October 2021. In an interview with Nampa on Wednesday, Miller said he's very happy to join a team abroad because this shows that hard work does pay off. He added that 2 of his new teammates also qualified for the mountain bike event at the Tokyo Olympic Games, and this will help him in preparing well for the Games. Robert Lewandowski scored a penalty as defending champions Bayern Munich cruised into the quarter-finals of the Champions League with a 2-1 home win over Lazio on Wednesday. Elsewhere, Premier League outfit Chelsea reached the last 8 for the first time in 7 years after beating Spanish side Atletico Madrid 2-0 at home, progressing with a 3-0 aggregate win. There are 3 English clubs, Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea, in the quarter-finals, while no Italian Serie A side for the first time in 5 years will feature. Bayern and Dortmund clinched 2 places for Germany's Bundesliga, while Real Madrid is the only Spanish club to advance, the same with Paris Saint-Germain for French Ligue 1 and Porto for Portugal's Primeira Liga. We will be back shortly after the sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you this evening. We thank you for tuning in, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like and share. From me, Shalva Wells, and the entire Nampa team, it's good night.